Hi, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Brown's Homestead Harvest House. Going to be butchering chickens in the morning, 10 of them. This is set up right in front of the meat shop. Our cones, and we'll step down, go to the scalding pot, then the plucker machine, which I ordered some hoses and stuff to make this a little more efficient. That one little 5-foot hose, and then a coil hose for water right there, the runoff. Then they'll go right over here to a cold rinse bucket container. Then they'll go to the second one with more ice to cool them down a little bit more, get them cleaned up. And then we'll go in the shop, in here to the processing room, where we will quarter them up, clean them up, stick them in the 2 ice chests overnight in an ice bath, separate the heart, liver, gizzards, neck, and feet into those, and process them in this room and finish them off. And then tomorrow we will take them outside and vacuum seal them in the water container. Okay, we're back. We cleaned up everything real quick. I just wanted to show you that because sometimes people talk about it and you're like, oh, it's good to see what it's like, what it is, and go from there. So anyways, we're gonna finish off the neck. You can use your knife or your shears, bend it backwards against its back and try to cut at the very base, because then it'll leave a hole there where you can pull the stuff through. But boom, boom, it's off. Clean up the neck if you like, which we do. Boom, in the pot. And then you're down to the last little bit, which we invested in the lung remover tool, which is expensive. Where is it? It's $24 for that, and $27 to ship the stupid thing. 51 bucks, but it's worth it. Just spend it, and it makes it real easy. You gotta get the lungs out of the rib cage because they're down in there. And you can see, you just, I'll do lefty-handed. I'll do it the awkward hand way. You just rake it along the rib cage, and this stuff pulls it out nicely. There's all the lungs. And this was a rooster, so there's his little testicles. But it's worth the money to spend. You can do it with your fingers. You miss stuff, and it takes 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to get it out. This takes about 30 seconds. And it's done. I don't know if you can see that, but it's all out of there. And now we'll rinse them and stick them in the ice baths for overnight, about 18 hours, and then we'll finish cleaning them up and packaging them tomorrow. But that's the bird. We'll rinse him up. I don't think he's 6 pounds, Dad.
Don't think so, huh?
He might be. I might have to weigh him real quick. So thank you, and we'll be back. Good morning, everybody. This is Kevin and Shelly, Brown's Homestead Harvest House. We're sealing the chickens this morning, obviously, and we'll show you how this is done. It's about 38 degrees this morning. Ready? Mm-hmm. So Shelly's freezing. I'm not. Feels good. Air vent tube, seal it around the bag, head down, that's how we're doing it. Put it in for we're leaving them in about 7 seconds at a little higher temperature because it's sealing better than at like 195 for 5. So we're a little bit improvising. Real slow. Make sure you have your hot weather or hot water glove on, or if you're manly, you can do it barehanded like I am. And then it seals around it. Shelly pulls the tube. I twist it. And then Shell puts the, with my finger stuff, zip tie. Right. And voila. We'll trim this off, trim that up, put the label, date, and the weight in the freezer. And there's your sealed chicken. There we go. Hey, just to clarify so y'all see it, the little plastic air vent tube, place it down into the cavity of a bird about halfway in. So when you're putting it down, it sucks the air out and blows it out the tube. But yeah, just inside the cavity, halfway down, so that's where you place it. Here we go again. And you rest it on your belly. Pull the tube. Cinch it around. Pepper. There you go. Last bird for the fall. Get it in its shrink bag, put in the air vent tube into the cavity right there. Try to squeeze out some air. I'm at about 205 degrees. I'm up a little bit higher, hotter. I'm gonna leave it in for about 7 seconds. We're getting a better seal that way. I don't know if different bags or what. Anyways, just slowly lower it down into the warm. Pull it up. Rest it on your belly. You can do this by yourself. Just grab the zip tie and that type of stuff. But it's easier with two people. And there you go. And then we'll show you the final packaging process here in a second.
No, how big were they?
Okay, my wife just reminded me. Did they want to know the averages and everything? Okay, so the average of these 10 was... Dang it. Grab the piece of paper, woman. Hold on, we got to grab the piece of paper. And see. These guys were heavier because we obviously waited one more week. So these guys were probably 3/4 of a pound heavier than the first birds. And which it makes a difference, but I guess you could keep doing that, making birds bigger, but eventually they're gonna have a heart attack and die. So the first 10, the average weight was 4.92. Second 10, these guys were 5.85. So out of the 20 birds that we did, the average weight was 5.4, which is pretty good. I was aiming for 5.5. Our next set, I'm aiming for about 6, but that's a pretty good bird.
What's our heaviest?
Our heaviest bird, Shelly's asking questions from CNN. 7.5 was our heaviest bird, and our lightest bird was 4.12. So, ended up pretty good. Thanks for watching. Talk later.